In this video, we will examine our Revo C files, learn how to use some of the functionality within an Revo C file. Now, first of all, take note, we've got a file on the desktop called TrickHead Revo C. It's my Revo file I'm going to work with. And in Matrix, if you use the File drop-down menu up in the upper left-hand corner, you can open an Revo C file. We'll find that TrickHead on the desktop and click Open. And it'll bring in the actual 3DM model. The Revo C file includes the 3DM model, which is a nice feature, an upgrade from the A and B models. If you're familiar with the A and B model, you're probably familiar with the fact that you were limited to importing the STL, importing an STL file, so working with a mesh. And here we're working with the 3DM, so that's always nice. Now that we've got the file open, perhaps a customer sent me this file. They want to know how much is it going to cost to have this milled. Well, first of all, in order to determine the price of the milling, I'm going to have to determine how long it's going to take to mill. Well, my mill's over in the shop and it's running, and I don't want to pause it to figure out the different times on the different load parts. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the Revo software on the on my work computer. We'll go to gemvision.com/Revo C. Type that in the command line. It'll bring you to the Revo 540C Update Center, and we can download the Revo Mill software. And here, since I'm going to install it on this computer, I'm just going to choose the Run option. We're going to walk right through the builder, clicking Next to start the installation. And now that we're finished installing the software, we can actually open up Revo files to verify the milling times. So on the desktop, you're going to notice a new Revo Mill icon. And some versions of the Revo Mill software have a square icon, so look for that as well, that has an image of the dual spindle on it. But we'll go ahead and open up the Revo C Mill software, and it's going to report back to us it failed to go online. Check the mill's power switch, the emergency stop, and the USB connections, then click Start. What this is saying is, hey buddy, I'm not talking to the mill. There's no communication going on. You need to check to make sure that I'm plugged in properly. Well, this is my work computer. It's not plugged into the mill, and that's why we're seeing that error. It can't talk to the mill because there's not one plugged in. So we'll just click OK. And the next step that you want to do every single time, if you miss this step, you're going to get errors when you try to open up the toolpath. You need to come up and you need to do a seek home. Has to have that step to open up mill paths if you don't have a mill connected to it. Then we can just use the load job option, and we're going to go to the desktop and we're going to find that TrickHead file. And here we've got the separate load parts. There's job 1, which is the vertical on fixture, job 2, the horizontal, and job 3, the vertical on the base clamp fixture. So we're going to take a look at job 1 first. You've got to click the confirm to actually start to process the mill time, and down here at the bottom you're going to see 3 minutes and 51 seconds. So that's all I need now. We'll just jot down that number, and we're going to go File, Open, and we're going to open up the TrickHead, and this time we're going to open up job number 2. And we'll see after we click confirm, down here at the total mill time is 12 minutes and 49 seconds. So we'll jot that number down as well. And then last we'll open up job number 3, This should take the longest because it's the most intense tool path. Click confirm, and I'm just going to pause for a moment. And this last tool path takes 2 hours, 45 minutes, and 32 seconds. So we add those 3 times, and we come up with a total of 3 hours, 7 minutes, and 12 seconds. So we know how to estimate the mill time, the cost of having this milled.